All righty, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for another episode of the War Room. Episode number, I don't know, what is this? Got to be around 378 by now.
I'm sure.
As you can see, it's just the two of us tonight because Rough Swordsman, AFK, he's probably passed out on the table somewhere.
He's got the link. He can join anytime he wants.
I sent him the link. He should be here. Maybe they're having internet issues. Maybe he's having phone issues. We're not sure. If anyone gets any text or anything from him, to let us know what's going on. We did send him the link. So maybe he'll pop in. Maybe he'll pop in and out as he tries to get guests and special guests for us to have on the show. That is awesome.
I see he was playing some games still under development from VUCA.
Yeah. Looks like he's hanging out with VUCA, and he's probably, having a good time with them. And he completely forgot about us, Nate. Completely forgot about us, I bet.
Yeah.
So, anyways, if he pops in, we'd love to have him. And if not, then we'll just do the show without him and see how it goes.
Yeah.
It'll be soldier
on.
It'll be a missed week for him. Well, we're gonna have to write that down in the calendar and keep track of this.
Has he ever missed a show?
Yes, he has missed.
Okay.
Yes, it took 4 years, but then he missed a show, and then he missed another one like a month later.
Oh my gosh!
So once he broke the streak, it was like, I don't care anymore. Yeah. So let's say hi to everyone. Phoenix Knight's in the house. Hello, Phoenix.
Hey there.
Doing? So we've been talking about it for a long time about me and Phoenix Knight playing Black Orchestra tonight at 8 o'clock. I don't think it's going to happen tonight. I've got something that popped up. There's still a chance it might go, but I don't want you guys planning on it and not knowing. If you guys are around at 8 o'clock and I'm here, we might have it. If not, we will maybe postpone it till another night. Sorry about that. It's my fault, not Phoenix Knight fault. My fault. Mike's here. He's
very
got a horse. He took his horse to the parade. Christopher, what's going on? He was at Harbor Fest. Marty, what is going on? He's from down under. Nice. Koi, what is going on? Demi, what is going on? Good to see you guys playing Battlefield 2042.
Never played it. I remember used to play the Battlefield 1942 when it came out like 21 years ago.
Jeez. Groucho, what's going on? Good to see you. William, what is going on? Good to see you. Meandering Mike. Thomas. Harkless, what is going on? Ruff is on Facebook now.
Oh.
Okay. I saw his posts on the Facebook channel. Yeah, it's all over. That's a good point. Good point. Jeffrey, what's going on? Jeffrey. Good to see you. Nerd Workshop. Good to see you, my friend. Hope all is well with you. I know he's had some issues with stuff going on. Hopefully he's over the hump with that, and hopefully he can get back in the swing of things. So our subject today is, are cons great for wargaming? I was hoping Ruff would be here so he can give his input and opinions on the con, since he's at a con. I was just at a con last week. It was very interesting. Very interesting indeed. I got to meet with Art Wolf and literally sit down and talk with him for 20 minutes about 6 different times. He was playing a big monster game and having fun with all my old buddies, and him were hanging out and playing games and doing things at the con. And
how many people were there?
So how many people were there? I would say probably between, here comes Rough Swordsman. It's a great question. Let's get Ruff in and then remind me and ask me that question here in a second. Ruffy, what's up?
We made it. And I've got Eve here. Come here, where are you? Got Eve here. Let's get my finger out of the way. Hi, guys. designer of Red Strike, of course.
Hi,
Yeah.
how are you doing?
Doing
Good to
well.
see
How are
you.
you?
Great, having a great time here.
Yeah, and we've got some exclusive The War Room news
Oh,
from Eve and Vuka Sims. Red Strike was such a success that the next one coming out is.
Not the next one, but one of the next ones will be Gold Strike.
I was going to leave that till last. You've got that's not coming up next, is it?
Next is Northern Strike.
What about the Norwegian one?
That's a Northern Strike, yeah.
Northern Strike is coming
Strike.
out. The Norway. Then we might have a Falklands one.
No, we will have a focus.
All right, we will have a Falklands one. But the big news is, because if you don't know that Red Strike is based sort of around Mark Herman's Gulf Strike from the 80s. Tell them your news, Eve.
Yeah, so we agreed with Mark Herman to do Gold Strike 2.
wow.
There will be Desert Storm scenario, there will be 89 scenarios, so we will make new scenarios, but with Gold Strike scenarios, the old ones too. So that has been confirmed over the last couple of weeks.
Oh, that's got me excited now.
Oh, I've lost us now. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
That's good news, man. Good news.
Oh.
Oh my God. He is so technically challenged. He is technically challenged.
Well, that is really exciting news, actually.
That is awesome. Awesome news from Vuka. So
Breaking news on The War Room. Why The War Room is one of the best shows out there.
yes, it is. Oh, he's coming back. Here he comes. Here he comes. Here he comes. Here he's back.
Sorry about that. Sorry. It's me pushing buttons I shouldn't. So that's great news, isn't it? Mark Herman and Eve working together with Vuka to do a new version of Gulf Strike. And isn't that great news?
That's perfect. It's my all-time dream coming true. First, I get to publish my game, and now with Mark Herman doing Gold Strike, it's just...
It's good, isn't it?
It can't get better.
Yeah. And
That's
poor old Eve.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Sorry, I was
That's
just saying,
amazing.
poor old Eve has also been trying to teach me Red Strike as well. So that's why he looks a bit haggard and tired.
No, he did well. He did well.
But it's good. And there's people in and out. Let me just show you what it's looking like. I don't know if I can whiz the thing over. I don't know how to change the look. But let me turn it around this way. Yeah, let's go in. Let's go in. It's a bit noisy. That's why we've come out here. But there's everybody there. And I don't know if you remember. Do you remember the young girl who came last year with her father and they were playing Paths of Glory?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, she's back, and with her dad, she's playing Illusions of Glory, and she's over there somewhere. If I can sort of point you in the right direction, I'm not sure if I can, but as you can see, it's a huge thing, and Eves hasn't stopped smiling since he found out about the news. So what I thought we'd do now is we'll go over and see the boys at Vuka, because we've been playtesting a brand new game that is coming out hopefully at the end of the year. So we'll have a wander over and see them. Yeah.
Yep.
Not sure if I can get. Let's go. Might be easy to go around this way. So it's been fantastic. I mean, it's packed. It's noisy. I've played Panzer Grenadier, so that's one off my list.
Oh, nice.
I've played Panzer as well. That's two off my list.
Nice.
And so we're going to try and have a chat. I don't know how to change the... if I go offline again, I'll come back. Let's see if I can... shut up. No, it's not there. I can't seem to change the mic around, the camera around for some reason. But here is... hold the camera.
Hey guys.
Hey there.
Hey.
I can't hear anything, so
Hold on. Let's spin him up so they can hear you. Oh, hopefully that's okay. Off you go.
yeah, can you hear me?
Yep,
Yeah, we
can
hear you loud and clear. How you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
How's the con?
It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good. So what we've been playing all this afternoon, we've been playing this game here, which is a sort of prototype. I can't turn the camera around unless you know how to do it, do you?
No,
No.
no idea.
Can you do it? That's better.
It's a Euro game.
There you go. It's kind of Twilight Struggle-ish for 4 players and card-driven, and you got cards like this.
Okay.
I don't know.
What's the
Right. And what you want to do is all players place their cards face down in the center of the map.
So I can't move the camera around.
And then you reveal them at the same time and play them for the operation points or for the events. And you want to place influence on the map.
What's the
That's a
theme?
quick
What's the
overview, but
theme?
I can't hear anything, so
No,
I'm sorry.
because I can't put my microphone in.
What's
I wonder if I can. No, I'm just seeing like turn the microphone, the camera around, but I can't. So what I'll do is I'll come back out again so you can hear us.
Maybe I must not forget to put off the microphone when I go to the toilet then.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that now. I think.
Right.
Thank you, cheeky. There's I can't get him. Look, there he is. There he is. Julius there. And also we've got Gareth over here, who's been playing games with me. So I've been playing about. Yeah, playing lots of games. So thanks, guys. I'm going to come out and have a little bit of a quiet thing with you. But that's really annoyed me that I can't turn the camera off. Something. Oh. Anyway. Be quiet. Oh, that's better. It's so noisy in there. So noisy. That's better. Yeah, thanks, Mike.
Very, very noisy. You can hear a lot of echoing going on.
Yeah, it's just because it's what it's like, isn't it? So.
Oh, you can actually hear us now.
Yeah, I'm outside now.
So what's the new game called?
It's called New Cold War, 1989 to 2019.
Okay.
And it's got all the stuff in it that we can all remember from the 80s right through to 2019. All the catastrophes, all the other things. And been playing it. I quite enjoyed it. So, and it's quite like Twilight Struggle. So,
is it more crunchy?
I don't know. I've not played Twilight Struggle.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty easy to play.
That's good.
It's pretty easy to play. So, when that gets more news, I'll let you know. Starting to get dark here now.
See that?
It's nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looks good. It looks good.
How many
So
people
the
are there?
subject this week, Ruff,
Well,
I would love to hear your thoughts on this. The subject this week are cons good for wargaming?
Well, I tell you what, when you see that we've got a couple of ladies in there playing, okay, there's not many of them, but there's a couple of ladies. We've got the young girl playing there as well. You know, I think they're great. I mean, it's packed in there. There must be 200 people in there with all the sort of second chance game and people that paid for a ticket. That's why it was awkward in there, because they've had to put the tables so close together that it's hard to sort of work your way between them. And people are playing games and they sort of moan and mutter as you try and sort of squeeze past them. But yeah, it's packed in there. I'm quite surprised. Yeah, I think it's a great I mean, it's only our little one. They're thinking of it's been so popular, they're thinking of doing another one in the autumn. So that'll be twice a year. And we've got people from France come over and a couple of other European countries. So it's becoming, if not international, sort of European and British a con. So it's really good.
That's awesome.
Hold on. Let me try something. It's got camera here.
Yeah, you just turned it off.
No, I've just turned it off. No, I thought it might twist it round, but no. That's annoying. So yeah, I think they're a great thing. What do you think?
Well, we'll get into that discussion later. I just, I want you to have the focus while you're here.
Yeah.
Christopher is asking.
No, but I think they're great.
For Northern Strike.
No, not that I know of, but that's the first one. But all he wanted to talk about was him and Mark Herman. I know. I said, well, we've got the other ones. You've got the Norway one. You've got the Falklands one. So I assume that won't be out until sort of early next year, maybe. Let me go back inside a bit.
Neander might want to know if is the Falklands one going to be called Sheep Strike?
Can you smack him for me? I bet even Tony would be interested in that because he suddenly got into the what do we call it, Falklands conflict. So yeah. Oh look, come to a posh bit. So I'm going to sit down in a comfy chair while I chat to you for a couple of minutes before I go. So I've been playing. We played Panzer Grenadier. Oh, Panzer Grenadier
on the Facebook. So thanks for that.
Yeah. So that's one off my 10. I think I've played 2 now. We played Panzer today. So that's 3. I think I've done 3 altogether.
Wow.
And tomorrow, I think we might have a game of either Combat Commander or the World War I version of it.
Ooh.
Great War Commander.
Yes. So don't know yet, but
if you can, Ruff, try to play it because I want to hear your opinions on it.
yeah, sure. Yeah. I think rather than Combat Commander, I'd like to try it because Combat Commander I'm hoping to get in the future. But I want to see if I hope I hate it. Because, it's another rabbit hole.
There's only Great War Commander only has 3 games, or the base
3
game and
expansions.
3 expansions, so yeah. It's
Yeah,
not gonna be
I
too
think
bad.
I'm not sure if Gareth has brought the 2 expansions, but he's worn me out. It's like play 7 hours we played Panzer Grenadier for, like yesterday.
How'd it go?
Yeah.
How'd it go?
It was great because he was relearning the rules and I was explaining them. We had to look up a couple of things, but he wanted to try it. He asked me to bring one to try because he said it's in my loft, but I want to give it another go. And after we played, he said the first thing I'm going to do when I get home is go and get it out the loft and set it up and play. So that's good. Not so keen, I don't think he's so keen on the old Panzer because there's lots of what he calls faffy dice throws in it. So if you play, you know what I'm talking about.
In Panzer Grenadier.
Sorry?
What was the scenario you played?
It was a Battle of the Bulge scenario, December 16th. Forget the name. I put the name of the scenario in because Camp Sawyer asked what scenario it was. It's only a little small scenario. But yeah, time we mucked about and faffed and walked about and went and got coffees and chatted to other people and that. Yeah, 7 hours that was on the table for. And I eventually won. It was quite good.
Yeah. So I don't know if you caught it yesterday. Tony was doing a live stream playing ATS with Mitch.
I saw it. And then the lights went out or something.
Typical Tony, 50 minutes in, boom, loses power. That's it.
Poor old soul.
Yeah.
Poor old soul.
By the way, Jester, look at Mike's comment in the chat. He has some exciting Combat Commander news that he can't share quite yet.
Commander news. I've been put on the development team for something I think most people can't say much more beyond that. Ooh. Oh, butter jelly.
Do you know what? He gets his finger in every pie, doesn't he? he's everything. Yeah, good on you. Good on you, Mike.
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to see what he's up to with that for sure.
Well, I already got a non-war gamer friend of mine is now wanting to play Wolfpack when it comes out.
Oh, right.
So
that'd be cool.
Yeah, excited for that. Introduce him to the wonderful world that this hobby is.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
So, what other games are being played there? Did you, when you're walking around and seeing?
There's Dangerous Dave, who comes, the one you banned, by the way. Dangerous Dave is playing the It Never Snows full scenario with 5 maps, 6 players. playing the bonkers, and somebody else set it up as well. The table next to him, there's another setup of it. Never Snows Fall. I think it is 5 maps scenario. We've got a little bit of Case Blue going on, not the full thing, but a little scenario from Case Blue, the MMP sort of famous game. I say the girl and Dad was there. I don't know, because I looked and I smiled. I said, "Oh, you're back again." And she looked at me and said, "Who are you talking? I don't remember you, strange man." So, but it was illusions. Obviously moved.
How do you remember me, old man?
Yeah, what are you talking to me for? So that was good. We got lots of. We had. Another subscriber is there with playing Alexander, Great Battles of History, with his friend. We got Julius Caesar being played, GBOH. We've got lots of. There's some big games going on, but there's also a lot of 2-player stuff. I mean, me and Gareth are playing 2-player stuff. Me and Eve's playing, 2-player Red Strike.
Some tactical games, some strategic games. Is there any
operational
games?
Yeah, it depends. I can't remember if somebody's playing the old game Grey and Blue or Blue and Grey, whatever it's called, American Civil War. I'm not sure if don't think that's tactical, is it? That might be operational. Somebody.
Yeah, Mike, I'll talk to him and get in touch with you if I can.
Stuka's here.
Yeah, I mean, there's people playing Time of Crisis.
Roman Empire.
Just trying to think, because I did have a scoot round.
Do you have your?
But I can't go because I can't turn the camera around and play the other side. I can't sort of turn and go in there and say, "Hold on a sec, let's have a scoot round."
Is VUCA and Second Chance the only companies that are there, or are there more?
No, we've got Nuts.
Oh, okay.
Nuts are here. We've got another company from America has come over. Something Games. I can't remember their names. And another new Napoleonic game company is here. They were here last year. I'll make notes and let you know when I get back. In case you want to talk about it. Yeah, well, I'm taking photos and posting them if it's to do with me to prove that I'm playing games on my list of 10. So that'll be good. But I'll take some photos and put them on Tack Up, and people can see what the games were. Sound of Drums. That's it. Thank you, Stuka. Oh. Yeah, Sound of Drums is here from America, I think. Yeah. That's Uwe, isn't it? I forget his second name. Uwe Valentin, not the Uwe from Academy. But it's quite popular, as you can see. Sold out. This thing sold out in days when it was first publicised. So,
is Blue Tweezers there?
No, he's doing his lovies. He's doing his amateur dramatics.
He's Poirot.
He's Poirot, yeah. Playing Hercule Poirot, yeah. So he's not there this year. What was that? He's in a play, yeah.
Oh, he's
doing his amateur. Okay. Yeah, doing his amateur dramatics, yeah. So that's why he's not here. But it coincided exactly with this weekend. So that's why.
Oh, speaking of, Stuka's comment there, I didn't know that they were coming up with the French Revolution game. There's not many on the French Revolution.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping tomorrow, because I haven't had much of a chance, is maybe to go round the other companies that are here and introduce myself so they can tell me to move along. Nothing to see here. And see what they're doing.
And there's some freebies now.
Yeah, I'm trying to get one of the PunchCon T-shirts. They go, I think we're out of your size, Ruff. Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah, I say I bought a couple of games.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What did you get?
Got me 10% off. I got the Stuka one from Compass Games, where you control a staffel rather than an individual.
Storm of Steel.
Oh, that's the one. And the one set in the English Civil War. Oh, sorry, Sound of Drums. Yes, Hoover, isn't it? Yeah, Hoover. That's the guy. There is Nuts. Nuts is American, isn't it?
No,
I
think
don't know.
French.
I don't know.
Yeah, so with a name like that. So yes, I got Storm of Steel, and I've got the English Civil War solo game from Worthington, whose name I keep forgetting, but the chat will probably tell us.
Nuts is French, is according to Miranda Wright.
Oh, see, what do I know? Why are you asking me these questions?
Uwe Wallentin.
That's the guy.
It's German.
That's the guy.
He lives in Switzerland.
Well, he can't help that, can he? It's like we're taking the Mickey out.
Game.
Ruff, do you have your what happened in history today ready to go?
Of course I haven't. No, I'm sorry. Because I'm having trouble on this phone. I can't even turn the camera around the other way. How am I going to bring up another page or something without cutting myself off? So you have to forego the history.
You have it memorized.
You have it memorized,
No.
yeah.
No, I could have printed it out and brought it with me, but no. This is my week off of doing that. So no.
Well, enjoy the week off.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, we've got sponsored. GMT has sponsored it. Lock and Load has sponsored it. You know, we've got a few sponsors that have donated games and things that aren't actually here. But yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah. So those two games,
like raffling things off and stuff.
they had a big raffle. Unfortunately, last year I won the ASL starter pack artillery one.
Oh, nice.
The third one, is it? The third one? I don't know. Or is it the second one? It might have been the second one with the artillery in it.
I think that's 2. 3, I think, is the vehicles.
Is the tanks and that, yes. But I didn't win anything this year, I'm afraid. So never mind.
So, is there a lot of do you notice from last year a lot of newer people coming this year?
Yeah, because there's extra people. Last year was 150 and was sold out, so they've upped it now to 175. They can't get any more in because you can't get past the tables. You know, the tables are only about that far apart, so you have to be very thin to slide, to walk between the table rows.
Right.
But with people from Second Chance Games and VUCA Sims and the other companies that are here, there's got to be just over 200 people in that room. And yes, there's going to be people that weren't here last year, but of course I've met people that were here last year and said hello. It's nice to hear somebody across the crowded room shout out at the top of their voice, "Ruff!" And no, and everybody looks at them and they go, "What is Ruff?" No, and then they see me, and they haven't got a clue what's going on. So it's good fun. But it's only been Friday and now Saturday. Got another day tomorrow, and I'm absolutely shattered. As I think I said last year, playing games is hard work for a length of time. Because normally when you play a game, you'll play a couple of turns, you go, all right, wander off, But it's quite intense here. So that was it's good fun. It's
you
good
maximize your time at the cons. Yes.
That's awesome.
But it's nice just chatting because people are coming over and chatting and. You're chatting to people and what they're playing. You walk up and go, "What's this?" And they talk about the game. It's not all in, but it's a full-on thing. So I'm getting tired now.
Oh,
It's only a fun operational game. All right. Well, this is two mappers. I've moaned at VUCA Simulations for this. The Traces of War and Traces of Hubris, great games, but they're two mappers. And it's just nothing, I can't get them on the table. So he must have taken on board what I said because they're bringing out the next 2 in the series. I think there's a Korean one and another. I can't remember what he said, but they're only 1 mappers. So that'll be great. Be able to play the blooming things. I'm going to have a go of it tomorrow. I think Patrick's going to teach me tomorrow the Hubris. To see, he says it's an easy system, so we'll see if I can get time to play that. There's also play testing another game up there, a Rommel game, which is just starting out on its journey to be published.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds interesting. Now, they're
I
supposed
will go on up and introduce myself. Yeah, it's a Rommel game, and it's obviously sort of they've just printed it out quick and playing it. But this new
You should
Cold
turn
War,
around and walk away from that game, Ruff. You should not
Yeah.
You should not get involved with that one. You know how you are with Rommel.
yeah, I've got a good history, have I, playing Rommel? But yeah, no, maybe you're right. But I forgot. Oh yeah, this new one, this one that's like Twilight. Is it Twilight? What's it called?
Twilight Struggle?
That's the one. You can see I don't play these games, but it's supposed to be like it. It's due to be out by the end of the year.
Okay. They're supposed to come out with, I think, like a Mediterranean theater game, like a Malta game. Is supposed to come out with it. I saw it on BGG at least. I don't know. Maybe somebody just made a.
That might be another one of the Traces series. Then
it could be. I don't know. Yeah,
it's good. It's quite good fun, Stuka, isn't it? We've just played it. And I had to walk away from the very last turn because I was getting moaned at by by Jester, who was moaning at Mike to text me to get online. So I've left it right at the end. But it's an easy game, and even though it's got bots for the other, because it's a 4-player game, they've got bots for the other 3 if you want to play it solo, or bots for 2 people if you want to play with 2. But I think it's going to be best with 4 people because, again, it's a sort of cooperative. Because one person plays Europe, one person plays US, and they're the blue coalition. They're sort of teamed up. And then you've got the reds, which is Russia and China, and you can sort of co-op each other, and then you can stab at everybody in the back when you're going for your victory points, you know. So that was quite fun.
That's cool.
You know, yeah. So yeah, looking forward to it. It's very quiet up here. It's nice, away from the hubbub.
If it's got bots in it to play solitaire, then I'll definitely be interested in getting that.
I'm not sure. Again, I've not played a game like that with the bots. I'm not sure if it would be as much fun as playing it with 4 people, but I'll give it a go as well. Yeah, I'll give it a go as well, and I can contrast and compare. You see, because I've played both. As I say, it should be out by the end of the year. Cool. So hopefully I'll get a copy, and I can let you know what I think. But it looks really cool. If you saw the map, I think there might be some slight changes to the map.
Tell him you want 2 more extra copies, and then you'll send them to him and I.
3 copies.
The thing is, if you contacted him, Nate, I think he'd send you a copy because, you know.
Oh, of course.
Because they're lovely. They're lovely guys, you know. So generous. So yeah.
And this press con is in which country?
Sorry?
The press con is in which country?
Say that again.
The UK.
Which country is this in?
What, this convention?
Yeah.
All of it.
Which country?
It's in Africa.
Not in Africa, smart ass.
What country do you think I'm in at the moment? It's in the UK, you Wally. What you mean is whereabouts is in a place called Coventry.
Oh, it's in England. Okay. Thank you, Stuka.
Yes. What country? Yeah, thank you, Stuka. You see, the thing is, it's you ask
we're getting
going
bombed
to
in
someplace
World War II.
else to go to a con.
You ask somebody from Scotland where they're from, and they'll say Scotland. You ask somebody that's from Wales, say, where are you from? They'll say Wales. You ask an Englishman where he's from, they'll usually say Britain. You see, right. It's like the Irish. Where are you from? Ireland. Like it was the Scottish tennis player who's now sort of. Huh?
Is it near Birmingham?
It's in the Midlands. It is in the Midlands where Birmingham is up there somewhere. It's the West Midlands. It's the sort of see Birmingham and Dudley and all that's like black what they call the Black Country, because of the industry that went on there. But we're in the sort of Coventry. That's sort of West Midlands. So they've got a bit of an accent, but it's only an hour if you get a fast train. It's only an hour from London. So it's not too bad at all. It takes me an hour to get from my house into Euston Station in London, and then another hour from Euston to Coventry, and a 10-minute taxi ride, and you're at the hotel. So it's not too bad at all.
Coventry's famous for getting bombed in World War II.
Coventry, yes, it's a little bit like the one in Germany that got bombed a bit as well.
Dresden.
And it's a bit like it's the English version of Dresden, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I have to take it? Where do you have to take it to? No, you see, this is it. You see, everything's here. I'm going for a cup of tea, cup of coffee. It's breakfast is served. You have dinner. So what you do is you pick out on breakfast, and it's a full English breakfast. It's bacon, sausages, baked beans, hash browns, mushrooms, tomatoes, fried bread, toast, jam, cereal. So you pick out on that, and you're not hungry until about 7 o'clock when you go and have your dinner. It's wonderful.
Yeah, Jester, that's what you want. You want a cup of black coffee and some beans for breakfast. Then walk around, get all yourself churned up.
You can't beat a full English.
Just put a bullet in my head if that ever happens.
So yeah.
If you're in Birmingham, you're in Alabama.
Oh, get out of it! Stop it, Mike. It's Birmingham. Birmingham, as they say.
Making Mike hungry there. Yeah, for sure.
That's where Gareth is from, that part of the world. But I think he said he's from Dudley, which is another sort of area near Birmingham. But it's like there's a bit of a conflict between people from Birmingham, Brummies, and people from Dudley. Dudley speak like this, so there's a funny old accent. People get it confused with the Brummie accent or the Birmingham accent. So yeah, it's okay. Not seeing much of it because you're stuck in the hotel, but that's what you're here for, is to play the games. So
how long have you been there? How long's the con?
It started yesterday officially, but I was here Thursday, and so were quite a few people. And even though you're not supposed to, quite a few people started playing games on the Thursday. So which was fine. Yeah, we played, and we were sorting and watching people set things up and that. Met up with VUCA on the Thursday, and today it's quite funny because you think they're a business and they're trying to promote their business. I hope they don't see this, but last night they went out on the town, him and Julius, and didn't get back to the wee small hours. They went clubbing, they went pubbing, and they went clubbing.
Wow!
And Eve went with them, but he gave up at midnight because he went back to his hotel. He's not staying here. But they carried on until the early hours, 2-3 o'clock in the morning, came back. And of course, Saturday's the big day, isn't it? So when everybody that can't come for the whole weekend come on the Saturday, they're nowhere to be seen. Come, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they sort of roll up and come into the hall. So of course, I'm there taking the mickey and making them feel very guilty, as they should be. But yeah, he said, well, you've got to do it, haven't you? Got to do it. I said, okay, I suppose all work and no play make Jack a dull boy, I suppose. And he agreed. But I don't, but it's quite funny. They were walking around, and you could tell they were quite fragile, the pair of them. So I thought, yeah, it's your own fault. So that was that. Oh, here comes somebody creeping up behind me.
You can recuperate a little bit better than we can.
That's Gareth. I've had to put up with him all weekend.
Oh my gosh!
So what's the plan for, like, any more games that you're going to play before you leave, or is that it?
Want to play I'm not sure if we get much done tonight because I'm on here, aren't I? So we'll see how we go. Might try and finish off Panzer, if not. But I want to try the World War One Commander one. I want to try that out to see what that's like. I don't know what else. He's bought at last 100 yards. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Got last 100 yards. Got what's the other one?
Which there's a British module coming out for that.
Yes. Because you got the airborne one, which has some Brits in it.
Yeah.
For the Arnhem stuff. But yes, there's as I understand it, and fighting formations he's brought as well. He's brought tons of games, as Gareth. It says it's going to be our tactical weekend. Don't worry about it. So yeah. So there won't be any game. You know, I haven't had a moment to myself. And Gaynor, Mrs. Ruff, you know, she's moaning at me, phoned me up, and said, "Why didn't you phone me?" I said, "That's because I'm here playing games." She said, "But just phone me." I said, "I don't get any time. The only time I go, it's like if I have to go to the toilet." She said, "Phone me then." I said, "You're having a laugh, aren't you?" But, yeah, and also I got the dates wrong for my son's birthday. It's my dad's birthday on yours, Nate.
Oh, okay.
It's my son's today.
Oh,
so,
well, happy birthday to him.
But he doesn't want to know. He's 16. He's out with his mates, getting drunk.
Wow.
Believe it or not. Yeah, around his mate's house. Yeah, 16.
Well,
terrible.
I spent Wednesday on my 35th birthday after work taking a nap.
Yeah, well, you do. When you get to my birthday, it's like, oh, put my feet up and have a nice cup of tea and a snooze. And yeah, but yeah, seriously, he's out with his friends at the moment, so he's doing that. Yeah, 16, hey, crikey, where's it all gone?
Yeah, happy birthday to you, Nate.
Yeah,
35. Wow.
But and I bought myself some birthday gifts that all arrived. So just tell me when you want to see them.
Yeah. Should we have them? Let's have them show them. John Ruff.
Are we good?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. Well, so the
unless
first
somebody comes in and grabs me and say, "Ruff, you're needed for a game," I'll sit until you get fed up with me.
Okay. So because Jester yelled at me for not having, and yelled for both of us for not knowing any older games. So I thought I would get an older game, and one that I looked at for some interest. It's since Noble Knight had their sale. It's Bonaparte in Italy. This is from 1979.
Nice.
It's covered the entire Italian campaign of Napoleon from 1796 and 1800. So this is from OSG as well, Operational Study Groups. So
yeah.
Old game. Then I also got SPI Dreadnought.
Ooh.
Oh, crikey. World War One ship game, yeah?
Well, this goes from 1906 to 1945, so it's also
right. So it encompasses all right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So it's an old SPI game, and then
tactical ship combat.
Yeah, it's tactical ship combat. Yep. And then I finally did it. I'm surprised it did it, but I couldn't resist the price. Oh, this is huge. World in Flames.
Wow.
You haven't gone down that.
Wow.
No.
Look how thick that box is.
Wow. How many counter sheets, Nate?
This is 1,700 counters in the classic version. So I'm going to learn that. And then once I do, I'll get the 4 expansions. That then it will be a total of, I think, 4,800 counters.
Whew.
Crazy.
The Guinness Book of World Records is the largest board game in existence.
Where are you going to have the chance to play that, Nate? Come on, be honest. It's huge.
Hey, Ruff.
It's just one.
We'll get our revenge when we start seeing books disappearing off the shelf behind them.
Nope, that ain't happening. I'm telling you, that ain't happening. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Make sure we keep this. Yeah, this is on record now because it's online forever, on YouTube forever. We'll ask him in a year's time, and we'll see if what's happened to my bookshelf happens to Nate's. I was going to say that, Stokey. Yeah, that flat that flat box is in great condition.
Oh yeah,
because that normally cracks, doesn't it? That one normally goes all crack and yellow and
it's unpunched too as well. So
oh, blimey,
all of them, everything are unpunched, and you could take that to the bank in terms of my bookshelves.
Yeah, all right.
All right. Yeah, but he still remember he was going to put all of his games in the one room.
Yeah.
I want to see a picture of this room in another year. That's what I want to see.
So I'm going for a walkabout because I want to go outside and get a bit of fresh air and have a puff. On me puffer. But yeah, it's World in Flames. That is a sort of growl game. Oh, yeah. And it's a bit like Case Blue holds the same sort of growlness, doesn't it? That, you know, people try and get it. And it's a very expensive game.
It is. I couldn't resist the price. I got it for about $100, a little over $100.
Wow,
that's not bad.
So, yeah.
That's better. Good. That's not bad at all.
Nice.
No.
Yeah, I got a couple things in from Noble Knight myself.
So we've all bought a couple of things.
Oh,
we just Steam, a little like a train game.
Nice.
Oh, right.
This is the game I was supposed to play with Phoenix tonight at 8 o'clock, but we're going to have to probably postpone it.
Black Orchestra. I wondered if it's any good.
Is that the plot to kill Mr. Titler?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That painter. Yeah.
The bad painter from Austria.
That's the chap.
Dead Panic.
Don't see many war games. Don't see many war games, Nate. Do you?
Let's say that again.
Don't see many war games.
No. On the War Room.
On the War Room, yeah.
Hang on a second now. This is a war game. It's on Phoenix Knight's War Room list. We're playing it because it's on his list. Black Orchestra.
It's
a Euro.
Are you trying to tell Phoenix Knight that that's not a war game? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, okay. As it's Phoenix, then I'll let him off. I'll let you off. Okay, fair enough. Right. It's one of these games. But yes, so I bought two games up here to sell. I've sold one, and don't think I'll sell the other one.
Rough.
But
sell a
game.
What?
Yeah. One's a duplicate, so it's not so bad. So
wait, was it you didn't get was it Vija Anigara? No. I did order the 3-inch box and the mounted map extra for the people because I didn't think For the People came in a 3-inch box and the mounted map, and you had to buy that separately. Yeah, I know. I watched that.
Did you watch my video?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah.
It does happen to me. I have to check. I have to go into my account and look down, not on the thing you looked at, but on another one. You can see all the things you've ordered, and if you've ordered two by mistake or you haven't ordered one, that's how I check. You shouldn't have to, but that's
why are you telling people that they didn't order it if they did order it? So I don't understand. It's happened all the time now.
I looked through mine, and some said you haven't. You know, it didn't say anything. I hadn't ordered any. Like it said, it didn't say ordered none or ordered one. It didn't say anything. But checking on that my account, I've actually ordered it, so it's there. You know.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing to check because there was one or two that I'd ordered twice for some reason, so I could knock that back to one. Yeah, it does. It happens. It's not just you. Yeah, it happens to me.
Yeah.
So I don't know what
3 months in a row for me though, and I never had a problem.
Yeah, but you know, but you know why? It's because you moan. You moan about them, and they go, "Oh, it's him again. Send him another cop. Charge him another copy."
Sure they do.
That's right. You got it. It's
but
exactly
make sure, not only give them not only charge them for another copy, but send it out the day before we charge for the next lot.
That's right.
I mean, it's starting to make me very upset with GMT because I love GMT, but
Yeah. You all have them. I just check. I know we shouldn't have to, but I checked just to make sure something hasn't gone wrong. My fault or whatever, their fault, whoever it was. I don't know, but it's it happens to me, and I think we're not alone. I think it happens to other people as well.
Yep, it does.
it shouldn't. That's the point. It shouldn't. When the website says you've ordered 0 of these, you should order 0 of those.
Yeah, you're quite right. Hold on, we're coming into the hotel again. It's very echoey. There's people about. I just want to know what I've done the rest of my. Oh, there they are over there. So I left me my microphones out. I'm surprised they're still here. What did I do with the other one? Oh, it's in my pocket. That's good. Didn't want to lose them. Hold on. Sorry, you're not seeing my best side. All right. Okay. There we go.
Right. They thought you ordered another one for a giveaway.
Something like that. Yeah. But yeah, it's weird that it's happened with Vijaya Nagara and with For the People. My last one was self-inflicted because I ordered the game and the 3-inch box and mounted map. It wasn't that expensive, and worst case scenario is I've got a 3-inch box to put some stuff in. So and a spare mounted map.
Now, Ruff, did you get the Jest of Robin Hood since you're part of the world?
No.
Ooh, I got that
No.
one. It's going to be a good one. I've been waiting for that one.
Well, fine. No, it just just didn't appeal. If you're going for it, fair enough.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just one of them that didn't appeal, and I've got too bloody many anyway, and I bought 2 more. It's terrible, but I'm quite looking forward to
Where are you going to put them?
On the floor.
That's the problem. You should have brought more to sell, Roth.
See,
it's getting harder to hide them.
Ruff, I'll solve your problem. If you send them to me, I'll put them up here for you.
Yeah, if I knew you were going to do that, Nate, and go back on your not promise, but on your
right
thing that you're not going to happen, I'd do it. Just to just so you'd eat humble pie.
That's right.
So, not being at the crickets. Robin has not been at the cricket for the last few days. No, just didn't. Nothing wrong. Just didn't appeal. That's all.
I'm. Yeah, I guess.
Even though it's I'm nearer Nottingham than I am when I live where I live, so it just didn't appeal. That's all. Nothing else. No sinister nonsense. Just didn't appeal.
It's got great artwork. I was really impressed with it.
Oh, it does look good, but it's what can I say? It's the mechanics and all that just didn't appeal. That's all,
Tony's here, Ruff.
Tony, hope you're doing well. Thanks for coming on last week, Tone. I'm sorry this other chap hogged the bloody show, and I've asked you on, and he thinking that this other chap wasn't going to come on or was going to come on for a couple of minutes and stayed, a bit like I'm doing.
Right.
So
exactly like you're doing.
Jester set the standard, apparently.
Yeah. So it's good to see Tone. We've got taxis turning up now because it's getting on. It's 10 o'clock over here, so yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was good to see Tony last week. It was good to see Tony last night until he decided to pull the plug on the router and lose his.
I did. I'll have to go watch that.
Do you know what? I reckon he was losing.
I think
and
he
it's
was.
oh dear, I've lost
sure
power.
I'm pretty sure. I watched like the first half hour, and then I went to watch something else for a little bit. I went back, and Mitch is sitting there like, Tony, hello, Tony. I'm like, oh no, not Tony again.
Do you know what? That's exactly how me and Nate felt that week when you just suddenly had a power outage. your router went.
Right.
You know, Jester.
Where's he at? Come back.
Yeah, he's not coming back. All right,
I wonder why.
Bastard.
Wonder why.
yeah. He threw his toys out of the pram, mate,
speaking
and
of which,
That's
I
right,
decided-
exactly.
I decided I'm not doing Jester's Jeopardy anymore. So I'm going
Good.
to start a new thing this week. And Nate was asking me earlier, what are you going to do now instead of Jester's Jeopardy?
guess the
And
color of
so
your underpants.
Because you guys can't guess any game that's not made from 2021 to present time. My new segment is we're going to be going through the top 500 board games, 10 games at a time, and I'm going to go through every single one of them and talk about them and introduce them to you.
Yeah, great.
Okay.
Because
I'll enjoy
that. This way
So we don't have to guess anything. We just listen to you grab along
You don't
for,
have to guess
for 10
anything.
minutes.
You just sit there and listen. Listen to my awesomeness. That's all you got to do.
Right,
Which is
okay.
what you do most of the show, anyways.
Yeah, you're quite right. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Yes. What's he got? And is he wearing any? That could be, that could be the Joker, Jester's Joker, couldn't it? Is he actually going commando when we try and guess? Try and guess the color of his underpants.
Does anyone out there have? You probably don't know, but I will introduce it to you so you guys can see. All right. Let me bring it up. Hang on a second.
They're all probably wondering where I've gone. They're waiting to finish the last turn of this new game.
If you want to go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's all right. That's okay. I'm tired.
Don't feel obligated to stay.
Yeah,
I don't
we
feel
really
obligated.
need you, but I mean, if you want to stay, stay.
Well, so yeah,
All
let's see how we go.
So,
Yeah, go on.
here it is. So the 500th, again, we're going to go through the top 500 board games of all time, just so we can see what they are, who they are, what they were made by. The number 500th war game, we're talking about just war game, is a game called Habsburg Eclipse from 2014. You ever hear of this game?
You're
No.
gonna have to zoom in because the only thing I see is that banner saying "Orange shall overcome."
It's right underneath that. Here.
I know, but
this
it's
is,
very
let's
small.
see. It's a solitaire states of siege game on World War I in Eastern Europe from 1914 to 1919. The player controls the leadership of the Austro-Hungarian Empire and the German Central Staff, who assumes greater and greater control over the Allies. The Austro-Hungarians have unique challenges as they have to survive the onslaught of the Russian steamroller who try to conquer the Serbs in the south. So it's a Saint of Siege game in 2014 on the World War I, which is interesting. All right. So that's number 500. Number 499. You might have heard of this game. It's called Barbarossa Army Group South, 1941.
Waiting for the reprint.
Yeah, waiting for that. Yeah, I'm not, but they're bringing that out. Some of them are already out, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah, Army Group Center's out.
Yeah.
Obviously made by GMT, part of their East Front series. Massive counters, massive maps. And so that is number 499. 498
Play through that.
is a game called 1805 Sea of Glory. You've got heard of that one, right?
I have. Yep.
No.
2009, made by GMT Games again. Designer is Phil Fry. Artist is Roger McGowan. It is a Napoleon's Grand Army is encamped along the shores of the English Channel. Following the teachings of Alexander, the French emperor seeks to defeat a naval power from the land. It's for 200,000 troops on British soil, and French enemies will not fail. To do this, his combined fleet must control the channel long enough for hundreds of shallow drift boats to ferry his troops to England. Spending the Emperor's way is the Royal Navy.
Oh, as it should be.
So that's 1805 Sea of Glory. That is number, what is that? 498. 497. Corsair Leaner by Dan Version Games. Have you played this one, Rob?
Yep. Done a load of videos, about 8 videos on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you did.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good game.
Good game.
Good system. Yep.
Yeah, good game. Good fun.
That's 497. 496 is 10,066 Tears of Many Mothers. This is by the same company that did
1066.
Whole or Nothing.
Yeah, All or Nothing by the one that did the
Did your favourite Shadows of Gloom of Killforth. Shadows of Killforth. Yeah.
Killforth games. It's got great artwork. Oh my god, the artwork on this game, amazing. But the gameplay, I don't know. I haven't played this one, but their other games are really bad.
It's cards, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like
it looks cool.
Yeah.
It looks pretty
Card,
cool.
yeah. And they're a British company as well, English company.
Great artwork. Absolutely beautiful.
You did it too, Ruff.
Yeah, I know. Say English. I'm going to make sure we keep saying English. And I'm English first, British second.
That's right.
So 495 is Wings of Glory World War I Duel Pack, which is
What's it called?
2 miniature games.
Wings of Glory.
Oh, that's the model one, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's got the little models in.
Little models. Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
little models.
Well, it looks like the little package that Jester got that flew back across in the room.
You could probably use your Stukas because they do a Second World War. They do a Second World War version of that as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
And they do a naval version, a sail version. See, I've heard of some games.
Yeah, some games, obviously. So that was 495. 494.
It's just not that game.
Blood and
Blood and
Roses.
Roses, 2014. It's a Men of Iron system applied to the 7 battles for the War of Roses by DMT
Yeah,
Games.
that's the one they reissued in the tri-pack.
Mhm.
Is that part of the try? I was thinking it was.
Yeah. It's the Roses one, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's in the tri-pack. Blood
2
and Roses,
players.
I think.
2 players, 120 minutes, weight of 2.84. Looks pretty good.
Good game. Well, it's the tri-pack. Yeah, it's brilliant.
One that Tony played, right?
Yep. Oh, me and Tweez played that one, and Richard, a horse, a kingdom for my horse, survived. So the complete history of England has changed.
No,
I was playing Richard. Yeah.
Richard, see, I remember from my documentary. I remembered. Yeah. All right, so that was number 494. 493.
So you've got another 493 to go through.
Yeah, but 10 at a time. It's only 50 weeks. It's like 1 year.
Thank goodness. Right. Okay. My arm's aching.
Empires of the Middle Ages. I've heard this is good.
Number 493.
What's that?
Empires of the Middle Ages.
This is a classic SPI game from the 1880s. Covers the economic and political landscape of medieval Europe from 771 to 1467.
Ah.
Yep.
Ooh, looks interesting map design there.
Well, it was originally SPI, and then Decision redid it.
Look at those counters. That's 1980 counters, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Yellow, green, red, and blue.
Wow.
I think
Henry Mike says he loves Empire of the Middle Ages.
there was a recent S&T magazine game on Charlemagne, which uses, I think, similar mechanics to Empires of the Middle Ages.
Oh, right.
493. 492 is a game called War Master. Came out in 2000.
No, don't ring a bell.
Games Workshop. War Master is set in a fantasy miniatures game. So it looks like an offshoot of the 40K system. but uses regular fantasy rules. It looks like.
That's better.
2 millimeters, and each brigade and regiments set in a fantasy Renaissance technology world.
Mm.
Don't know much about that one. And then
No, that's a new one to
491.
me. That's a new one to me.
Yep.
Oh, this one's really hard. Like it's super rare.
Lost battles, 40 battles and campaigns of the ancient world. Nate, this is right up your alley, buddy.
Yeah, Bill Saban, he's a great historian.
So this one looks really good.
Thank you.
40 games in one. It covers all the battles of the Mediterranean and the Near East between 490 BC to 48 BC.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then there's Mike has it. There's also a book that is inside that box as well.
Ah.
Like an actual history book, not like a rule book or anything, but an actual history book that he wrote with the game.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, because he's an actual historian. So he was trying to do a how to gamify history.
Looks pretty interesting. Looks like the terrain has got square tiles. You put them down and kind of create this little grid. That looks pretty interesting.
It is exceedingly hard to find any copies out there. It is really hard.
Oh, there are 3 copies right here.
Well, I mean, but at a reasonable price.
Email's got one for $237.
Oh, is that all? I'll have them both.
Well, for 40 games, I mean, think about it. It's like $2 a game, $4 a game. That's pretty good.
$5 a game, even.
So there's number 500 to 491. 10 games gone just like that. Boom. I introduced some new games to you. I got to talk about some games you knew about, and hopefully, there won't be any excuses going forward that you've never heard of these games.
Well, as you bring them to my attention, there's a couple there I've not heard of. So there we are. Every day's a school day with Jester.
I just need a new title now.
Well, I've come back in now. I'm going to try. My arm is killing me. Right, there we are.
Yeah, if you come up with a new title, then I can try to come up with a new logo for you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Somebody appreciates me. Thank you, E4 Airman. You're so good to me. Thank you. And it'll be good. I think it'll be good to go through and just look and see these games. There's many of these, of these games, there's probably a couple that I never heard of, a couple that you never heard of. And it'll also be a refresher on some of these games that we haven't thought about in years. Like that
Jester for
1805 Sea of Glory. I've been like, that was like my game, like when it came out. When did it come out? 2009, 2010 is when it came out. But I never got it. I never got it. And now it's like, I would love to get a copy of this game.
Well, Jester, I like your new segment a lot.
Thank you, Nate. You are wonderful.
Yeah. We can just sit back and not have to guess BBGs anymore.
Well, Sea of Glory is a block game, so
yeah.
That's true, isn't it? It is blocks.
It has blocks and counters.
Oh my God, that would have
like a hidden
insane, wouldn't it? Look at that blocks.
Well, I'm walking towards the bar now.
Towards the bar.
Yeah. Yeah, putting up. Oh yeah. All right.
You mean doing this show has driven you to drinking?
Yeah. Because normally I've got my bottle of wine, which numbs my senses while he drones on for 2 hours. But I haven't got anything at the moment, so I'm going to go and get myself a pint of beer. Yesterday's very good. I like that. That famous Beatles song, "Yesterdays, all my war games seem so far away."
What do you think, Lester? What do you think of the title?
What I'm
You
going to
figured
do,
you
because
would've
the
passed out
bar's
underneath
quite
table
full,
already.
I'm going to turn my mic off while I get my pint. So I can hear you, but carry on.
All right, Nate, are you ready for your segment?
You bet I am.
All right, go ahead. What do you got to talk about?
So, since I went a little crazy and got this, so I figured I'd pick a nice World War II book with it. This one. I read this when I was in grad school in a World War II class, The Devil's Alliance. Notice that the apostrophe's on the end, so there's two of them, which is both the Nazi regime and the Soviet regime. This was this is about the Nazi-Soviet Pact of 1939. The Nazis it was shocking to the world that the Nazis and the Soviets, who were ideologically opposed to one another, had agreed to a non-aggression pact with one another. And inside the agreement is a secret clause which more or less divvies up Eastern Europe into zones of influence and control. And the Germans were going to get the western half of Poland, and the Soviets were going to get the eastern half of Poland. And then there was also going to be transfer of resources as well. The Germans had a lack of natural resources, while the Soviets had an abundance of them. But the Soviets didn't have a lot of machinery and industrial goods that were needed to refine those and manufacture and use those goods. So the idea, part of the pact, is that the Germans would give them plans for industrial goods and would send them machinery in exchange for raw materials. And this non-aggression pact existed all the way until the Germans broke the agreement in June 1941 when they invaded in Operation Barbarossa. But one of
like our 499th most popular game of all time.
Right. Exactly.
Barbarossa Army Group South.
Exactly.
All right.
And one of the neatest things about one of the things that I found that I was very fascinated about was a couple of things. One of them was that apparently in December. Oh,
Lock and load.
In December 1940, when Hitler had decided to invade the Soviet Union, that prior to that decision, he had actually had considered, and they had met with the Soviet delegation, of actually asking the Soviet Union if they would be interested in joining the Axis powers. At that point,
Really?
the Axis powers was Germany, Italy, and Japan, and there was an attempt, and who knows if it could have come up or not, it could have worked or not, of the Soviets joining with them, and they had marked off spheres of world influence that basically the Soviets were going to be able to control the areas directly south of them. So into the Caucasus, where all the Stanton countries are today, even though they're all controlled by the Soviets at that point, but continuing Soviet influence south to Central Asia. And the Germans were going to have Europe, and the Italians were going to have the Mediterranean and Africa, and that meeting went nowhere. But it's interesting, kind of alternate history, if it did work, and Stalin had agreed to it. But one of the other things that's fascinating about this book is obviously it mentions that both the atrocities from the Germans and the Soviets when they took over, particularly Poland, once they took over the country in September of 39. And there are, particularly against Jews. And there is a story of a train, 2 trains. One is going towards German Poland now, and the other is going towards the Soviet Polish sector. And both trains, as they're crossing, the people that are on the train are shocked that the other is going the opposite direction, because everyone thought that if they're, people thought living in the German sector of Poland, that life would be better in the Soviet sector. And so let me escape over there, except life was just as bad. And people thought in the Soviet sector that life would be better in the German sector and try to escape to there, except it was just as bad. And so people were shocked to see one another. Why are you going that direction? And it's I fell in love with this book in terms of just how much great.
Yeah, you just demonetized this, by the way. It's got the happy party symbol on
right. But it's a great book. The Devil's Wine.
It's a great book. Yeah,
it's really expensive on Amazon to get the hard copy.
Is it really?
It's $76.
Oh wow! Is there a paperback version?
There's a paperback version for $16.30.
Okay, yeah,
that's better.
Yeah, but who wants to read a paperback? Come on.
Well,
I don't see like a PDF version of it. So, or an audiobook. Nate,
okay.
Maybe you can make an audiobook for us.
Oh, there is none for it. There's no audiobook.
I don't see one. No.
Oh, okay. It's actually a quick read. It's only 5 pages. Actually, let me back that up. 300.
It's rated pretty high. 4.5 stars out of 5.
Yeah. Roger Morehouse is a great historian. A really, really good historian.
All right. Do you have anything else for us? Is that
Nope, that's it. And to answer E4 Airman's question, yes, I will be doing some more books on ancients. I've got plenty here to go through. So, but that's it. That's my segment.
Okay. Thank
you.
Nice
one, Nate. Nice one.
Let's see. Just checking in the state of play with my husband. He's not been contacting me.
We're getting members of the public out here now. It's not good, Talking very loudly. Oh God, the wife. Yeah, this is what I told you about. I got told off.
Hi, Dana. How you doing?
It sounds like Keeping Up Appearances. Richard.
Yeah, I know. It's like that. The bouquet residence.
Caught red-handed with his can.
Yeah, she's already moaned at me because I'm not phoning her. So I'm playing games. That's what I said. Do I contact you when I'm going to the toilet? She said yes.
When you did.
So there we are. She's puts up with a lot, bless her. So that's the first time she's come on as a
hello, Mrs. Ruff.
Yes, it's our first time visitor.
Yeah,
nice.
She's been on the show when we had the other halves on a few years ago, but that's the first time she's done that. She must be desperate for company. Bless her.
Very nice of her to show up. And
yeah, thanks, darling.
Much. We love her. She's the best.
Yeah.
Put up with you.
Yeah, she is. She puts up with a lot. Yeah.
She's a saint, that's for sure.
Yeah. She puts up with this crazy hobby and me taking over half the lounge. It's brilliant. So yeah. Hope she's doing a good. Hope she's okay. It's my son's birthday today, so yeah. She's been watching the Eurovision. Yeah. She's been watching the Eurovision Song Contest today. That load of old nonsense that happens every 4 years. Is it like a bad election? So hope she.
As soon as you say Eurovision, I think of the Father Ted episode where they're on the Eurovision.
That's the one. Yeah, but here you're a racist now, Ted. Yeah. See, Nate knows what we're talking about. Oh, Jester's looking there thinking they've gone mad. They're talking in code.
Father Ted.
Yeah, Father Ted, yeah. I hear you're a racist now, Ted.
No idea. Never heard of it.
Is it every year? It just seems like it's every 4 years. It's such a dirge. See, they love it. But
Right,
no.
I asked earlier, are cons good for wargaming? And now I'll give you my 2 cents, and then I want to hear from both of you guys.
Okay.
All right. So I just did my con last week.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll say. Like, I did a lot more gaming outside the con. When I went to my buddy's house, we played like 4 games one day. When I went to the con, I played 1 game that day. So 4 games, not at the con, 1 game at the con. Because when you're at the con, you're hanging out with your buddies, you're talking, you're yakking, you're going to lunch, you're going to dinner, you're going to see the vendors, you're meeting new people. There's not a lot of time for sitting down and just gaming and having a good time.
But that's part of the con for me, is that meeting up with other people, meeting up with subscribers as well. There's a couple of, a few of my subscribers here, meeting up and playing and chatting, and say meeting Vuka. They've been on a show a few times, but actually meeting Patrick face to face and Julius and Eve was fantastic. And meeting up with people I met last year. So yeah, there's a lot of this, a lot of chit chat, a lot of I think we played Panzer Grenadier, and it's only a small, as I said, only a small scenario. But we started at 11, finished at sort of 6 o'clock, because we were yakking and walking around and coming back and playing a bit, looking up rules and things, and that was wonderful. It's great fun. And as I said, I've now got Gareth back on board with Panzer Grenadier. He can't wait to get home and get his stuff out the loft and play it. Because he said, "Oh, should we play it again today?" I said, "No, let's play something else. Come on, let's be a bit cheeky and play another one of my 10 games that I've got to play."
Right.
So, but he's not convinced with Panzer. I love it. I do like it, but he's not convinced. So, yeah, you're probably going to play, 1 game a day when you've done all the chat, maybe 2. But as I said, there was 2 big games of It Never Snows, and they played that over 2 days, yesterday and today. So, that's a game where
a con is definitely a social event. Like that's part of the fun of this hobby, is not just the games, but also the people that we get to play with.
Yeah, and it's our only one over here, our only sort of war game, not a miniatures festival. There's a few of those, but it's the sort of war game, and there's people playing board games as well, to wind down after a sort of heavy day of wargaming. Yeah, I think from my point of view, it wasn't the amount of games you play, even though you come with the best intentions. I'm going to play this, play that, let's get stuck in with it. You get there and you chill out and you have some beers and you're chatting away and you get the game out, and it takes you 2 hours to set it up because you're chatting and getting interrupted. It's great. I think it's great. I'm having a thoroughly good time. And I'm even doing it. See, now you see, I'm at a con and I've come on the bloody war room. It's
yeah. But
because it's chit chat.
I'm going to be devil's advocate, because you were devil's advocate last week.
Yeah, I wasn't very good, because I do love everybody and everything.
You don't play the bad guy very well. I play the bad guy.
I love everybody. I love everybody, and there's nothing they can do about it. I'm sorry. Be a proper devil's advocate. Go on.
I will be devil's advocate, and I will say, if you were to, first of all, cons are a lot of time and trouble and effort to get there. They're a lot of money. I'm sure the hotel rooms, the travel fees, the food, everything. If you had somebody local that you lived with, lived near and got together and played with, you would get so much more play in. You would get so much more, and it would be so much cheaper. So, I understand the social connection, going to the con and being there, but is the money worth it? Is all the effort? Now, for me, I had to fly all the way up there, which is like $500. We had to rent a car, which is another $300, and we had a hotel room, which was like $120 a night for 8 nights.
Oh, so you should come here.
$1,000. You know what I can buy with for $1,000?
Yeah, no, see, different over here. The train ticket, I came up by train. The return, so from my house or my station near me to Coventry and back again was, let's do it in dollars, $50.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
How much was the con cost?
$50.
$50. Okay. How
$100
about the hotel room?
Yeah. And then the hotel for the 4 days was about, let's say, $280-ish.
it's $400 in.
Four nights, but that includes breakfast, all you can eat, and dinner.
Well, what about the beers you're buying? You must have.
I have to buy the beers. Now, to be fair, my lovely wife, I'm not sure if she's trying to tell me something to get me out of the house, but she said, I'll pay for your hotel. I just want you gone for 4 days.
What about, so you got to pay for the hotel? You got to pay. What about the 12 games you bought so far?
No, shush. No, in case she's still on.
No. She just left a comment. She's going back to Eurovision, but she said you look rough.
All right. Oh, crikey. No, I bought 2 games, but I've been saving my money over the, it's terrible, but I bought 2 games to sell and I sold 1. So that sort of offsets it by half. Oh, she's still there? Oh, shit. Oh, I see. Lost connection though. You thought, right, okay, got it. It's very small. I was expecting some new glasses. Got the new glasses and all that, and they haven't turned up, so I'm squinting a bit. So
you're $500 in to this con. You know how many games you could buy for $500?
Yeah, but it's not all about. It's about it's only once a year, maybe twice a year if they do it twice, but it's only once a year, and it's my little break. And yeah, just come and I think it's money well spent. Let's put it that way.
Okay, I mean that's fair enough.
Yeah,
I'm just being devil's advocate. I mean, you haven't gone to con yet, right?
No, I haven't. I mean, I sort of have like, I don't know, I guess just I guess you could just call like events. Like, for instance, like this Saturday, a bunch of friends of mine, we're going to get together and play the World War I version of World in Flames, Fatal Alliances. And it's just a bunch of history professors, and we're getting together and we're going to be playing out and having fun. So, but we bring food and we spend all day Saturday
it's
playing.
not a con. You're not spending money to go someplace. You're not spending money to stay in a hotel. You're staying there. That's what I'm saying is now I've been spoiled. You got to see, I'm coming from where I lived in Ohio. We would all get together every week. We would play games.
Yeah.
We would play 6, 8, 10 hours every week. We did that. So Buckeye Game Fest is run by the con. The con is run by the game company or the game group that I used to belong to. So yes, I'm spoiled. I admit it. But I'm just saying down here in Florida, like when I went all the way back up there to go to the con and I spend 4 days there, 4 or 5 days there, and I played 3 games and I spend $1,000. I'm like, what am I doing? This is crazy. That's not right.
Did you think it was worth it?
No, absolutely not.
Really?
Absolutely not.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm curious.
I mean, why. If I was to go back again, I would just rather go to my buddy's house and play games because, I mean,
he's a mizog, isn't he? He's such a mizog.
Yeah.
So misery. Yeah. I mean, I'm having a great time, and I could be playing games. I could be playing games now, but I'm chatting to you, so that's that. But that's fair enough.
I mean,
got a nice.
Ruff's having fun. Jester, did you not have fun?
Not at all. You met Herman.
I did. I did
right?
Meet Herman. I got to play with Herman. I played Plum Island Horror with the Player's Aid and Herman Lutman. And my
there you go. That's got to be worth
in that.
That's got to be worth the price of admission, isn't it?
It was a great time, but it wasn't worth $1,000. It certainly wasn't worth $1,000.
Well, I haven't spent £1,000, so I'm happy. The room is what, $70 a night, and the train fare was $50. Yeah.
I'm kind of with Mike here on his last comment. It's not so much for me. If I go to a con, it's not so much the games I play, just hanging out with my friends. And like I would love the publishers and see what the people behind the games that I play. I think that would be really cool to meet them and see that there's a human face.
I can meet publishers online. I can literally interview them. I've done that on my channel here. I don't need to go and meet them face to face. I mean,
but there's no substitute for actual interpersonal connections with people to actually meet someone.
Yeah, that's right.
There's no
and playing their new prototype game with them, and four of us playing it was a great experience, and talking to Eve, Red Strike, not for everybody, it's a huge game, and talking me through some of the basics and doing some of the scenarios was a great experience.
Christopher agrees with me. I mean, $1,000 to hang out. I mean, come on, it's
but it didn't cost me $1,000. It cost you $1,000.
$500. But I was also there for a week. You're only there for 4 days, so I was there for a lot longer.
Yeah,
and to be honest,
I'd make the most of it.
Hours, like there's a lot of caveats to go into this, because if you have buddies and you're going, you can schedule, you can organize and say, hey, we're going to play this on Tuesday, this on Wednesday. I didn't do any of that. Okay. I didn't do any of that. I just showed up. If there's somebody there that I can play with, I played with them. I had a good time, whatever. If I didn't have anyone to play with, then I just sat there twiddling my thumbs and watching other people play, which is what I did most of the time, unfortunately.
Well, I think your name preceded you. Your fame preceded you. Quick, hide, he's coming. So
it's true. That is absolutely true. Now, unlike your con,
I'm joking.
Unlike your con, the War Room at Buckeye Game Fest, there was literally 8 to 10 people there the whole time.
Oh,
and there was 800 people playing in the other room playing Euro games.
Oh.
Interesting.
Well, maybe it's the wrong festival to go to for war games. Maybe
that is a possibility. That is absolutely a possibility.
I mean, you could have, gone into the 800 and played loads of games, loads of non-war games.
When I was sitting there bored in the War Room, I walked over and got in the game like immediately. Yeah.
I would assume too, a con would be more fun if you went with someone, like you and a buddy got a hotel room and you shared the price and the cost and everything. And that would make it more affordable to go with a buddy, as opposed to just going by yourself and having to, take in all that cost.
True. You would think that, but actually I was there Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I was there a week. Monday, Monday, I went to a buddy's house. Tuesday, I went to the con. Wednesday, I went to a buddy's house. Thursday, I went to the con. Friday, I went to a buddy's house. And Saturday, I went to a con. So it was back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. And the reason I did that is because my buddies didn't want to spend the money to get a ticket to go down there, pay for parking, go down there and play a game with me when we could just go to his house and play for free.
That's fair enough. But, I'm playing games. Gareth came down and he's sorted the weekend out with tons of games. We had Fuka there playing games. Excuse me. Tomorrow I'm going to go round the peeps and introduce myself and see if we can get maybe in the future, somebody for the War Room sort of interviews and all this.
Cool.
I'm going to do it. It's still, it's a shame I didn't do any live streams because I've been so busy. But it'd be nice, it's still a job, because I'm here representing the War Room as well as myself. So we're trying to do stuff for that as well. So I'll look forward to that. And they may go, who, what? So we'll see how we go.
I'm just here's the
Yeah,
thing.
sure.
While I think cons are great for getting together, talking, meeting people, and everything you've talked about, I think I'm not arguing with anything you guys say. All right.
And,
What I'm saying is there is also the price level. Like how much is doing all that, having fun, going and meeting people, talking, and blah, blah, how much is that? There's got to be a price cutoff. Like, Russ, would you do this if it cost you $1,000? Would you do it?
No, not for 4 days because it's it's 3 days really. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I come down on the Thursday so I can get myself sorted and meet up with people and get the room ready and get myself all settled. So I can be ready 9 a.m. when the thing starts to start playing games if I wish. And I'm staying as well Sunday night. I'm not travelling back Sunday. I'd rather spend another night and come home Monday morning fresh after a good night's sleep.
Right.
But it's a 3-day con really, and I wouldn't spend that for £1,000. No.
Yeah. So there is a cutoff in how much meeting people is worth. How much,
even if it was like yours, like yours was a week, Ned. If it was a week and it was $1,000, I think even Gaynor, Mrs. Ruff, she would sort of wrinkle her nose a little bit at it. I think, I'm not sure if we could, justify that amount because we could put that towards a proper holiday for a family, So, yeah. So yes, there would be a cut-off, but it's only a 3-day thing.
With everything said, okay. My daughter just moved back to Columbus, Ohio, so I got to visit with her as well. So it was a con trip. It was also a family trip. It was also the wife got to go and hang out with all her friends and do all her things. So it wasn't just me going to the con, right? If it was just me going to the con, there's no way I would
spending that amount of money.
No way.
Mrs. Jester would probably sort of go, "No, you're not going, mate." So yeah. And I think I'd get that if it was $1,000 for 3 days. Yeah, sure. No way.
And we flew, which is like $500. So, I mean,
well, the good thing, as I said to you earlier, the good thing, it's only an hour from London to get here.
Right, which is a big difference. Like if I had to go to Orlando, it's like 3 hours away.
Yeah,
I could drive over there. Spend
just
a night or a night or two and then come home. It'd be a lot cheaper than going all the way to Ohio.
I mean, Jester traveled the entire length and breadth of Britain in just one trip. So,
yeah, I mean, it's just down the road. You think it's in the middle of Britain because it's called the Midlands because it's in the sort of in the middle of England. So it's not, and that's an hour away. It's crazy. I mean, the train I was on went all the way to Edinburgh, and that left at 11 and got in at sort of what time did it? No, left at 2 and got in at 6 in the evening, or no, 8 o'clock. So it was a long old journey to get to the top of Britain from London.
I mean, I drive an hour in any direction where I live. I'm still in the same state.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay, a train's faster, averagely to a car, but you go on a train journey for an hour and you're in a completely different part of the country.
Yeah.
Well, they've got an accent, and it's. But yeah, it's been great fun, So, but I don't begrudge coming on here and you making me stay on for the 2 hours when I could be hobnobbing with people. But there we are.
Well, let's hope that they didn't take your spot and play that last turn without you.
I think they've got the ump, and that's me and Vuka's relationship finished now because we didn't finish the game. But no, because America was storming ahead, in this game. But it's a good game if you like that sort of thing, and it's not a war game as such. It's more a political, social game, and you've got to decide, and the cards you can either use the cards for the event or the points that you can take over different countries with, but if it's one of your own cards, then you can do both, that sort of thing, so
I always find it a little strange especially when you play a game that has events that you remember.
Yeah, it is a tug of war because you think you're trying to take over a complete continent because you have these cards, your sort of objective cards, and it says you control all of Europe or you control all of Africa, and so you're trying to take over these continents, and the other players can see what you're doing, and they're going, I'm not having that. So they'll start removing your stuff and taking it over, or putting sort of trying to unsettle the country that you're dominating, to try and get it back themselves. So it's quite it's an easy game, but it's quite, there's a little bit to it, a little bit of planning.
Sure.
To think what you're going to do.
It's always a little strange. There's a couple of games I have where events that happen in the game are stuff that you can remember.
But all these events were coming up. There was the big thing with the Twin Towers. There was, that comes up, and of course, Mr. Bin Liner, he was mentioned as well. But all other things that happened, like Brexit, was there. Because it goes right from '89 right through to 2019. You play it in decades, and you get a new deck of cards every decade because it's got the things that happened in that sort of decade. So it's very topical, and if you're old enough, you'll remember right back to when things happen. Mugabe. Yeah, Mugabe's mentioned, and there's a card from Mugabe. And So if you like that sort of thing, hold on, what we've got here, Ruff, you're getting them images, cost you free. Yes, yeah, oh yes, this is it. It's cost me now. The new traces. It's cost me this game. But yeah, no, it's good. Good to play. So look out for it. If I do, I'm lucky enough to get a copy. I'll show it to you.
Talk to Eves and see if you can get some dates on when things are going to be released. Give us, next week. Give us the rundown and what they had to say. So get some.
Yeah, dates. I will do. Yeah, I wanted to do an interview, but it was so noisy in there, and I couldn't switch the camera around. And I didn't want to bring them out because they were doing stuff, out where I had Eves. And also what's awkward as well, this is like a mirror image. I don't actually look like this. So that's the other thing as well. It was weird, trying to get Eves into the picture. But yeah, we got there in the end. And I'll tell you what, I've run out of beer. I'm going to have another one because it's that time of the evening. Hold on, I can't get out of the bloody chair now. Hold on. Yeah, that's it.
No wonder no wonder his name is Rough. He's just a rough life.
Oh
God.
Yeah,
Good grief.
That's rough for you. Oh my God.
Yeah, but there we go. I've got to put the mics in my pocket. So I'm going to wander in. I'll probably turn the mic off while I'm in there, but I might as well get another beer. Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question then for you, Jester. Back to the topic of cons then. So is it... Would it you say $1,000 is too much to go to the con. So then is there sort of a dollar amount where obviously that's over your limit? Is there a dollar amount where you would still go for that same experience?
Yeah, obviously there is.
Like $500, is that too much?
Yeah, no, I think maybe $400 or $500.
Okay.
Would probably be now again, like here's the problem. Like I wanted to go in the war room where there was very few people because this way I could hang out with Herman, the player's aide,
sure,
Blue Panther, and my war room buddies and stuff like that. And there's like 10 or 12 of us in there the whole time.
Right.
I could have literally, which I did a couple times, went over to the Euro side and got in any kind of game. There was Richard Lanius was there, showing off the new Defenders of the Realm they're coming out with. And I would have been able to sit down and play some stuff with them, and which I did once, and I got to play Sultan Sea, a game called Sultan Sea, which is a very interesting worker placement game. So I did do that when I got bored in the war room and there wasn't anything going on.
if I'm sort of understanding you correctly, it seems to me as if that there's not enough, I guess you could call, content or things to do for the money that you're paying for it. It seems if there was more to do, or more games, or more people, or more things at the con, that it would make it more cost feasible. You get more bang for your buck, so to speak.
Again, if I had a local buddy that played games with me, I would much rather just hang out with him and play games and do things with him than go and spend $500 to go to a con.
Sure.
I'm in a weird position where I get to see and meet people every week.
Right.
And we get to interview people all the time. So
right.
I don't feel the need to do that. Some people might need to feel that connection with people. I don't need to do that. I live play with Phoenix Knight. I live play with Tony and Ruff. I live play with Herman Lutman. I mean, there's people that I do things live play with. I don't need to sit in a room with them to live play.
You already get those social connections already.
I do. So I don't think the time, the trouble, the effort, the money cost, everything adds up. It's not just the money, it's time. It's time to get there, right? It's $20 to park, right? It's $20 a day to park down there.
Right. Where everything's getting
Jeez, yeah, you've got a lot of expense. I mean, I would come here every year.
Columbus is expensive.
But I think I'd come here every year.
I spent about $750 to go to Consim World in Tempe, Arizona for 8 days. It's 2 games a day. Would it be worth it to you, Jessica?
I tell you what, it's
tough. It's tough for me to say yes or no.
And I get it. But and I love playing on Vassal with you guys and Tony and whoever. But it's not quite the same when you're sitting and
you're right.
And
you're absolutely right.
The other guy.
You're absolutely right. When I was at my buddy's house playing games last week with them, great time, high fiving, oh, good job.
And
all that stuff is great. But I mean, again, I did that for 13 years every week. Yeah. So I'm very spoiled. I am of all the gamers in the world, I am probably in the top 1% of gamers in how much time they game and play. I'm online every single day. I'm playing something every single day. Not everyone does that. So going to a con is their way of playing games. For me, going to a con is not to play games. Weird. I know it's weird.
Yeah.
It is, and also you got to remember as well. I'm still a newbie, so it's all new. It's all still honeymoon period, So it's this is my second convention. It's the only one in the country like this. So of course I'm going to support it and enjoy myself.
Plus, I mean, I've heard before, like, for instance, Ardwolf has mentioned that a lot of times the cons that he goes to really are to play the games that you would never be able to play anyway. It's like that. It's like the big version of It Never Snows. You're not going to be able to play that.
No. In your house. So you play it like, let's say last year we played 1949 Paris, the whole thing, the big thing.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that. And as Phoenix says, excuse me, if you're basically a solo game, and I am, but I love to play face to face, and it's a different experience. We've had this conversation. It's just as enjoyable in a different way. It gives you a chance to play against somebody. It is, as you know, Nate and Chester, it's a different thing to play against somebody else than playing solo. It's just as enjoyable, but in a completely different way. So I would suggest, Phoenix, I would recommend having a go at it.
Yeah, well, because when you're playing against someone, you're playing the man. You're not playing the game.
Yeah.
That's true. Absolutely true. And here's another point Ian brings up: big games for Here I Stand, etc., are for cons.
Yep.
And I totally agree.
Again, like there was last year, there's a few of those being played.
Any 5 or 6 player game, many maps, that's what cons are for. But I don't play 5 or 6 player games. I don't play monster games. The monster games that I have are sitting in a box.
He's trying to tell them.
The light of day. It's the only monster games. It's nothing I'm interested in playing, to be honest.
You could finally play your Atlantic Wall.
I could if I knew how to play it and wanted to sit there and sort counters for 4 days. That'd be great.
I mean, this con they put on a sort of game sheet where people are playing. They said we're going to play this like the Here I Stand. Dangerous Dave was organising it. He said I want 6 people. Put your names on the on the list, and that's it. A lot of people booked their games. I didn't. I was taking a chance, but then Gareth said, "No, we'll play some games." And with VUCA and that there, and
so
I haven't had the need to book a game.
If you guys had the same situation that I had, let's say you got a local club, Ruff, right where you live, in the town you live, where there's 150 people that get together every week and play games for free. Are you going to spend that money, 500 or whatever you spent, to go up to that con? And would you still find it to go up to the con?
No, but there isn't. So I don't. If there was, yes, I'd seriously think about. Do I want to travel to Coventry and play with people where I can play in the local club and get a game every week? And if I don't want to go one week, it's no big deal. I might go the next week and play. Yeah, no, of course not. I don't think so. No, but there isn't.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so that's where I'm coming from. People think, I'm not trying to be devil's advocate. I'm just trying to show you.
You've got to realise that what you get over there in the way of conventions is completely different to what we get over here. This is going to be, I think, given another few years, this is going to turn into the main British convention for war games. I can see it happening.
Sure.
But there's nothing else. There's a few miniatures. There's lots of little miniature festivals going on or conventions going on, but that's not interesting. And it's
right.
Even though we're both war gamers, it's like the mark. Never the twain shall meet sort of thing. They tend to keep to themselves. And if you talk about war games over here, as you know, people immediately think miniatures.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They don't think board games.
For me, a convention would be something like if I was to go somewhere on a fishing trip, because I don't fish every day. Like I don't go and go out back, and even though there's a pond right there, I don't fish every day. I'd love to fish, right? For me, a game convention would be like going on a fishing trip and going someplace to fish, because I don't do that here. I don't do it every day. And I would like to do it with people, and I would like to, get the experience.
That's how I feel. It's meeting people, meeting like-minded people, a room full of people happy, making noise, playing games, and you're walking around, and they're enjoying themselves, and you're taking in the vibe. You don't get any. I haven't got a club that. Dangerous Dave runs it's part of a club with James Buckley. They have a games night every night, but it's in London, and only half a dozen people might turn up, and I've got to travel to London. It's like an hour to get there, and it's an expense. If it was down the road,
now you're getting what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get exactly what you're saying.
Right, you could,
but this is a one-off. This is a one-off, once-a-year thing, and I'm prepared to go and mingle with the heat of other bodies playing games and having the same mentality as me. It's great. Yeah, but if it's the hypothetical you mentioned, of course I wouldn't bother, but it's not going to happen. I don't think this is going to turn into
you might find a couple guys that you hang out and play with now. Who knows?
Yeah, but the thing is, a couple of guys every week get fed up. I get fed up with you. No, I don't. That's untrue. No, I'm being silly. But but if that happens, we'll see. never say never. Things evolve, things happen. You can't predict what's going to happen one week to the next, 1 year to the next. So,
right. You know.
I'm making the most of it.
It's interesting that people, I understand everything you're saying with the social connection and meeting people, and
I understand it costs you a fortune to go, and if it costs me a fortune, I'd probably think twice.
If it was $1,000, count me out.
And it's it's time. It's time to travel up there.
Yeah,
you got flights to catch and luggage to pack, and you got to go stand in line at the rental car for an hour. I mean, there's all these other things that come into play.
Yeah.
No, it's not for me.
To take the fun out of it. I mean, when I got home this time, I told the wife, we are not going back. There's no way I'm going back.
Yeah.
And I can understand that,
I can.
But there's a couple of cons. There's a couple of cons in Spain.
Tennessee, he was like, "Oh, I'm coming back next year." He's only like a 6-hour drive away. If I was a 6-hour drive away, I might do it. But
6 hours? Good God, no.
I'm 16 hours away. So
yeah, it's silly. But there's a couple of cons in Spain, and I think Stuka goes to one, if not both. And that's something to think about, because you can make that a holiday. You can take the family there, and they can do their own thing in a beautiful part of Spain, and you can go off and meet Spanish war gamers who probably speak better English than you do, and play games, meet other companies like Draco and all that sort of thing. So that will probably cost £1,000, but it's worth it because you can take the family and you can do two things with. I'm happy. And the kids and Gainer's happy, Yeah, they are. Yeah.
And Stuka just commented. Yep, he mixes tourism with the
He takes his wife. Yeah,
right. But
he takes his wife. And it's another guy punches well above his weight. I tell you.
Yeah.
How do we do it, Stuka? I don't know.
Lucky guys, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess it's time to wrap up. Love to go back and get some freebies and hopefully get some.
That's if anybody's still talking to me. I don't think anybody will be talking to me now because I went off and left them. And it's starting to get a bit chilly out here as well.
Well, thank you, Ruff, for coming on.
Yeah, good times, Ruff. Thanks.
That's all right. If you'd have had another guest on, then I would have just come in and popped out like I did last year. You had Herman on last year. And I would have just come in.
Take the Mickey on me, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I'm just saying, no.
Oh,
because you didn't have another. Wasn't making a thingy. It's just that, I didn't mind sitting in.
Yeah. Be careful, Ruff. They'll send you to Coventry.
Yeah. Too late. I'm already here.
It's either that or Birmingham.
See, that's a saying over here. You see, so it means you're being ignored when you send somebody to Coventry. It means
it's like
you're being
set in the corner of the classroom.
Yeah, it's like the. Do you remember the old Chuck Connors black and white thing? He was a cavalryman, and he had to walk down them, and they ripped off his epaulets, and the rifleman, and they broke his sword. That's being sent to Coventry, big time, So that's what it means.
All right, what do we got coming up this week, boys? Nate, what do you got? Anything?
Oh well, I'm going to be clipping this.
Well, I'll ask you in 6 months.
Your arms are going to be huge, man.
Yeah. Popeye arms.
Let's hope I don't break the clipper.
You better order another one now. That looks like it's going to be brutal.
Jester, what's going on your channel?
Well, again, we're supposed to do a battle tonight of Black Orchestra with Phoenix Knight, but depending on what the weatherman says, we're supposed to be going to the beach tonight to look at the Northern Lights. Yeah, I know, this is crazy. The Northern Lights.
I tell you what, you say that up this part of the country here, we had a couple of my subscribers. They said they turned up yesterday and they said, "Yeah, look, pictures. We're watching the Northern Lights here."
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
Yeah, it's
The
frightening.
weatherman said yesterday was the best time, but he said today is
You can still see
7
it.
out of 10. So the wife has been dying to go. So I think we're going to the beach tonight. So
Then it means then if she sees them, you don't have to go to Iceland.
I know, right? So that's why we're going there. To be honest, that is why we're. If you go look at her Facebook, she was showing me like, "Oh my God, look at this! Oh my God, look at this! Oh my God, look at this!"
Yeah, it's a phenomenon you've got to see. I think so. Yeah.
So we're going to the beach tonight. So depending on when we leave, I don't think me and Phoenix are going to hook up tonight. Maybe tomorrow, if we do play tonight, because the weatherman says, "Oh, don't go tonight because it's going to be too cloudy or whatever."
Yeah.
Then I will be on at 8:00 Eastern time, 7:00 Central, and and then next week, Ruff, you got the channel. You're doing it next week.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah. So I've got to think of something to talk about again. So if you've got any suggestions, chat, you want us to talk about, then by all means, leave them in the comments, or leave a comment after we come off live. Put a comment in if you've got something you're desperate for us to talk about and badmouth.
Well, Ruff, you came up with the topic last time, so I'll try to come up with something for us.
Okay, yeah. I mean, but hopefully when I get back, I'm going to maybe look at Skies Above Britain. I've got a couple of unboxings to do with these new games. Shush! Don't tell the missus. So we'll look at those. But I want to start playing Skies Above Britain, so it might be a week or so before I put it on.
Can you do a double unboxing?
Yes, I've got those unboxings.
Just to make sure everything is in the boxes. Can you do a double?
Yeah, you can do it. Well, you could do a stereo unboxing, couldn't you?
That's great. I'm actually going to be getting this on the table here next, coming up.
Oops. Oh,
nice.
Notice how the back and the front work together in conjunction. Thank you.
Yeah.
So Leadership Drinks will be the next thing on the channel. So look for this coming here probably today or tomorrow, depending on if we go to the beach tonight or not.
Well, thank you to everyone in the chat for coming out today. This was fun.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thanks to Stuka, Christopher, Meandering Mike Butter Jelly. I'll send you Mike Butter Jelly's email, Nate, so you can get a hold of him about getting together with your buddy and playing Wolfpack. Yeah. So thanks everyone for coming out this week. We do appreciate it so much. Ruff, thanks for coming by.
You're welcome. I'm freezing, so I'll be getting inside in a minute. So
go warm up.
The sun's gone in. It's been glorious this last couple of days here. So lovely sunny days. But I will be I will be going in now. I'll tell you what, I'll leave now and let you have a chat. So thanks, guys. And unless you want me to hang around when we go off, any reason? No,
we're gone.
No, okay.
We're gone. Yeah,
love you guys. Love you, chat. Bye. Thanks for putting up with me, and I'll see you soon.
All right. Good job. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for staying, and appreciate them there.
Yeah.
So Nate, thanks for coming by. Thanks for everything.
Thank you again, Chester. Thank you. It's a
all
great
right.
show.
Thank you, chat. Thank you, chat. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, do all the fun things. Mm-hmm. We are, by the way, we talked about this before we went live. We were going to mention it, but then Ruff came in. We are looking for our 300th subscriber on our Facebook group. We are sitting at 299. We've been at 299 for like 2 months now. We got 0 new people in the last 2 months. So if you know somebody that should come to our Facebook group, send them over. They could be number 300, which would be awesome to get over 300. So thank you guys for coming by. Thanks for hanging out with us. Same time next week, and no more conventions. It'll be just the 3 of us hanging out talking from now on, which will be good, I think.
It'll be great. Looking forward to it again.
All right, guys. Everyone have a good week, and we'll see you all next week.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody.